telling us just a little bit about what Echo does.
Sure. So Echo is into branchless banking, and we use mobile as really the way to achieve branchless banking in India. And the regulation in India allows for bank-led model. So Reserve Bank of India, which is the central bank, in 2006 came out with regulations around branchless banking, and they defined the business correspondent model, which essentially says that a third party called the business correspondent can be a special agent of the bank who can source and service customers on behalf of a bank beyond the branches. And so that's how we operate. On one side, we have partnership with banks. On the other side, we have partnered with unorganized retail shops, and we have empowered the customers and the retailers with the cell phone. So the cell phone in the hands of the retailer is like the point of sale terminal, while the cell phone in the hands of the customer is like their debit card. So customers can walk into such outlets, open a bank account for themselves, and also avail of their transaction needs, including money transfers, regular deposits, withdrawal transactions.
And how do you learn more about your customer's profile? Who are the people that you're trying to reach?
So, well, the business has evolved for us. Initially, we thought that unbanked people are only in the rural side, only to realize that we have large number of unbanked and underbanked people in urban locations. Also, what we realized is that the economically active individual is in urban location, and it's the economically active customer who's really going to pay for the service and who really needs the service. So over a period of time, we have focused, we have shifted the focus towards urban locations a lot more than rural locations. And in urban locations, the customers we cater to are mostly sub, I would say, $20 a day kind of income. So right from say $3, $4, $5 to up to $20 a day, because such customers really don't get access to transacting at bank branches, and their two big needs are safe place to keep money and send money back home. So again, what we have seen is that a large number of our customers are domestic migrants. So their big need is to send money back home.
To rural areas?
To rural areas, yeah.
So going down a different path, there's a lot of tension around the regulation atmosphere and the ecosystem between telcos and banks and other third-party players. Can you share a little bit about why that tension exists and where we're hoping to head?
This is very unique to mobile money.
Okay.
And probably there was a lot of initial hype around mobile money. Maybe 7-8 years ago, there was a lot of hype around mobile money where the MNOs felt that they could do it and they could alone do it. The banks wanted to do it, and I guess it's the unnecessary hype which has created so much of friction in the ecosystem. I think mobile or branchless banking is just yet another alternate channel for the banks, and telcos, mobile network operators are infrastructure providers. I think they should not forget that role, that they are infrastructure providers, and hence they can absolutely be a service provider themselves in the mobile money space, but as telecom infrastructure providers, they're also obligated to make sure that the infrastructure is extended to other players who may be in the competing landscape.
Right. You had an interesting analogy with Facebook. I wonder if that is something you could share.
And I see that the mobile network operators globally are facing huge pressures on their profitability.
Okay.
And it is key. It is really high time for them to transform. And they're very interesting organizations because with this device in the hands of the customer, they have a very tight connect
Yeah.
with the customer. And their fear has been that a third party would come and disintermediate them, and they would get reduced to being a dumb pipe. Well, that's not true with Facebook.
Right.
Facebook has become a distribution channel, and a lot of people connect onto that distribution channel to reach out to the customers of Facebook. And what they have very intelligently done is that they have opened up the network for service providers to plug in. And I think both banks and mobile network operators have large customer bases. They have very interesting customer data and information. And if they open up their network, I don't think so that they will get disintermediated and be reduced to pipes.
Okay.
I believe that with the richness of with the tightness of the relationship between them and the end customer, and the richness of data which they sit on, they're a fabulous platform available for a lot of young small companies to disrupt, whether it is mobile financial services or other services for the end customer.
Services we haven't even thought of yet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.